Ooh, those are pretty. Those are pretty. Oh, man. I'm freaking tired. I just took a nap. I didn't mean to take a nap, but I just took a nap. All right. Temur. I got Mardu coming in tomorrow. Collector booster sample pack. All right. We'll deal with that later. Tarkir Dragonstorm. What is this? What is this? Oh, it's a deck box. That's kind of cool. How is it supposed to, how am I supposed to, okay. That's cool. They gave you a Temur deck box. What else is in here? My cards. My cards are what else is in here. All right, so we get tokens. A bunch of 1/1 tokens. I'm not sure. I have no idea how this deck works. I'm not sure. Arena of the Unwritten. That is my commander. So, look how shiny that is. So this is my new commander deck. And I gotta put sleeves on it because I'm not gonna open the collector booster yet. I'm gonna wait because I want to keep my cards safe. My hands are a little sweaty too. I don't know. Oh man. Let's see here. And I know this isn't my usual content magic cards, but when in Rome, right? How do I open these without messing up my cards? Oh, okay. There's a tab on the back. So I literally have no idea. 13 watching. How's it going? I literally have no idea how this deck works. But I figure as I sleeve it and go along, I can read the cards and their effects, etc., etc. So this is my commander. For now, it's going to go into a single sleeve, but I'm going to double sleeve like my hollows and rares and stuff. But look at that, a 7th. All right, we'll read it because I didn't. It's got Flying and Trample. Whenever Urinate enters or attacks, look at the top 8 cards of your library. You may put a dragon creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So it doesn't say I have to put in a creature tapped. So this just means I can look at the first 8 cards in my deck, or on top of my deck, and I can pull any dragon that I see and put them. Is it 1 dragon? You may put a dragon. So 1 dragon onto the field, untapped. So that means it probably has summoning sickness, but that's a pretty sick commander. It's 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, it's a 7 cost commander. So that's a pretty high cost commander, honestly. My Nylea deck and my Krenko deck, my commanders are like 4 and 5 cost. All right, so this is Eski Temur. This is. So I can use her as a commander too. So I don't have to use the dragon because they're both legendary creatures. Let me get her sleeved before I read the card. All right, whenever you cast a creature spell, and she's a 3 cost. So she's definitely going to be my commander. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on Eski. If that spell's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. If that spell's power is 6 or greater, Eski deals damage equal to Eski's power to each opponent. Whenever you cast a creature spell. Holy shit. So anytime you cast a creature, she gets a 1/1 token. So this is a good commander. She's definitely my commander. So her dragon will be in my deck. She will be in the command zone doing her thing. +1/+1 every creature. Okay, Temur, I see you. So I'm getting Mardu tomorrow. Deceptive Frostkite. So this is a green. How many colors? Green, blue, red. Green, blue, red deck. Deceptive Frostkite flying. You may have this creature enter as a copy of a creature you control with a power of 4 or greater, except it's a dragon in addition to its other types and has flying. Oh, that's... Oh, man, this is a mean deck. I don't know if any of you watch Tellurian, but my girl... I try not to watch Magic videos because that just suck half of my day out. But she watches Tellurian College, and I'd be hearing it in the background, and I heard... She told me that Temur was the best one, and I pre-ordered it. So, creature dragon with flying hammerhead tyrant. Whenever you cast a spell, return up to 1 target non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the spell's mana value to its owner's hand. So essentially, when you cast this, you can send a card of a certain mana value back to its owner's hand. So unplay their card. All right, that's pretty cool. So these are all blue so far, other than my commanders. My legendary creatures. Oh, what's up, Man Myth, and Legends, and Darth Alba? How's it going? All right, Will of the Temur, sorcery. Choose one if you control a commander as you cast a spell. You may choose both instead. Create a token that's a copy of a target permanent, except it's a 4/4 dragon creature with flying in addition to its other types. Target player draws cards equal to the greatest mana value among permanents you control. All right, that's cool. So if I have like a 6/6 or a 6-cost mana, I can draw 6 cards. Parapet Thrasher, it's a red card. Creature dragon flying. Whenever 1 or more dragons you control deal combat damage to an opponent, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Destroy target artifact that opponent controls. This creature deals 4 damage to each other opponent. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. What the fuck? Yo, this deck is mean. Like, it is not very nice. These cards are fucking retarded. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. But shit. Creature dragon flying. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells with power 4 or greater from the top of your library. If you cast a creature spell this way, it gains haste until end of turn. So this is a lot of casting creatures without paying a mana cost, and that's pretty cool. Like a lot of these cards, and it doesn't matter what the color is. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to go through all of them like this, but... Zenith Festival. Exile the top X cards of your library. You may play them until the end of your turn. So you exile them, you put them on the field, and then at the end of the turn, you discard them. So if it's like a bunch of cards with effects that you can use, you put those out, you use their effects, and you throw them away. Why did I pay $2.99 to Google? Why am I getting messages like that? Exile. All right, so I did that. Harmonize. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its harmonized cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by an amount. And we haven't even been looking at the art. It's unfortunate. What's up, Kaiju? Because I just got my Temur Roar deck and I'm sleeving it. What's up, Leia? So I'm trying to read the cards as they go along. This is a lot of cards because it's a commander deck, so there's 100 cards. And then I've got my collector. Thanks, Leia. Thank you. Yeah, membership's coming soon. I'm just waiting for them to review my channel. So pretty soon we will have some exclusive member exclusive channel content. They said it takes like a month to review your channel, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. Become the Avalanche. Sorcery. Draw a card for each creature you control with a power 4 or greater. Then creatures you control get XX until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. So you could get a max of +7/7 if you have 7 cards in your hand when you play this. The fuck? What the fuck? Blood Collar. Scourge. Flying. Whenever 1 or more dragons you control deals combat damage to a player, you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to that damage from your card on the battlefield. Again, playing cards for mana without mana cost. Ridiculous. Ridiculous tactic in Magic. But when you have a tricolor deck, I guess I've never played a tricolor deck. That's the thing about all the Tarkir Dragonstorm decks. Like all of them. They're all tricolor. And I forget what Mardu is that's coming tomorrow. But apparently this is the best deck. And I can see why. And I'm excited for more magic, to be honest, because I haven't gotten new magic stuff in a long time. The newest thing I'd gotten was boosters, and, you know, all I did was put those cards in my deck. I didn't really... All right, we're going to start sleeving stuff, and if I see something interesting, I'll pop up. Well, when Kika dies, gain control of target creature. So I could just use that, let it die, and take control of one of my opponent's creatures, which is cool. Very cool deck. Reflections of Litjara. As this enchantment enters, choose a creature type. Dragon, of course. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, copy that spell. What the fudge? What the fudge, man? You can't do that. Atushi, the blazing sky. So many dragons. Look at all these dragons in here. I mean, it's a dragon deck, so it makes sense. Flying Trample. When Atsushi dies, choose one. Atsushi, sorry. Until the end of your next turn, you may play this card. Exile the top 2 cards of your library, and you may play this until the end of turn. Create 3 treasure tokens. Treasure tokens. Okay. So I guess that's the new token type in this game, and I have no clue what treasure tokens do, and I'm going to have to look it up. And I fucking hate learning new magic rules, but it's fine. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. If you have to learn the rules, you have to learn rules. Blasphemous Act. Sorcery. This spell costs 1 last to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Oh shit, it's a 9 cost. Blasphemous Act deals 13 damage to each creature. Are you kidding me? Well, Man Myth and Legend, I'm telling you right now. So, all the Tarkir Dragonstorm decks are tricolor. So, if you wanted to try a tricolor, $45 will get you, I know it's expensive, we'll get you a tricolor commander deck, and you can watch Tellurian Community College's video and see which one would be best for you. Chaos Warp. The owner of a target permanent shuffles it into their library, then reveals the top 3 cards of their library. If it's a permanent card, they put it onto the battlefield. Wow. That's crazy. Chaos Warp! So my girlfriend is like way more into magic than I am, which is understandable because as soon as she finds a hobby, she goes all in. She's got so many magic pre-orders. She's pre-ordered some Edges of Destiny shit, which I think is stupid because it's futuristic in outer space. But I've also pre-ordered some of the Spider-Man stuff that's already up for pre-order. So what can I say? Dragon Master Outcast. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 6 or more lands, create a 5/5 red dragon creature with flying. At the beginning of your upkeep. At the beginning of your upkeep. So that's every turn with this on the field. 5/5 creature dragon with flying. Oh my god. Gadak, the Crown Scourge. Legendary creature dragon flying. Gardak can't attack unless you control 4 or more artifacts. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token. There's another. For each non-token creature that died this turn. So there's more treasure tokens. I will have to look up the treasure token effects. This is going to take a long time. So I'm going to sleeve a couple. We know what this deck kind of does already. If I see any more shinies or interesting things, there's things that pop out to me. Because a lot of these are just dragon creatures with flying. And then they have effects. When this creature enters, you may put a commander you own from the command zone onto the battlefield. It gains haste. So essentially, you can flash your commander with this card. Not flash like, but like flash them onto the battlefield. I need water. I'll be right back. Well, the thing is, there's no water in the fridge. So, I had to get this. No water. So I gotta drink the Baja Blast. Hunt it down. Kill it with a knife. Just respect the animal. Wow. Sorry. That's my horrible Christopher Walken. Leyline Tyrant. Creature flying. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. What? What does that mean you don't lose unspent red mana? You don't lose your mana. When this creature dies, you may pay an amount of red mana. When you do, it deals that much damage to any target. Oh, so if you have like 6 red mana on the field untapped and your creature dies, you can you can send 6 damage towards the player. That's pretty decent. And like I said, I know this isn't my normal content, but I figured when in Rome, brand new Magic deck, something I haven't had in a long time. My other commander deck, the first one that I had was Krenko, and it was a pre-built that someone else made that they threw it at my head when I beat them, when I beat that deck. And then they're like, I feel bad. You could have all my cards. And I was like, I don't want all your cards. I just want your Krenko deck. So I took that motherfucker's Krenko deck. And now it's mine. And then I built Nylea. I built a Nylea commander deck. When Magic 2014 came out, Opportunistic Dragon. Choose target human or artifact your opponent controls for as long as this creature remains on the battlefield. Gain control of that permanent. Oh my god. It loses all abilities and it can't attack or block. So you essentially just stun lock some creatures with that dragon. Yeah, Baja Blast is pretty good. It's straight up sugar. There's no redeeming qualities about it. By the way, thank you so much, y'all, for watching the D-Amazing interview and watching the replay if you didn't catch it live. I do appreciate it. It's doing pretty well in the views. We just hit memberships. I got channel merch coming, all that kind of stuff. So I have merch that I ordered, like samples. So I'll make a video, like officially launching the merch store. And I do want to get some more on there with like some artists and collaborate and get some cool exclusive shirts going and all that stuff. Skargan Hellkite. That's another Hellkite. So I guess that's a type of dragon. That's cool. I'm not even halfway through this fucking thing, y'all. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's going to take a long time, you see? Not even halfway. These sleeves are very pretty, though. I do need a different colored one. I'm going to have to swap one with my girlfriend for my commander, just so that you can see where your commander is. Because you have to grab your commander out every time. You don't shuffle your commander into the deck if you're not aware. If you haven't played commander, they go to the command zone and you have to cast them from there. Storm Wraith deals 4 damage to each target creature and each planeswalker. That's useful because my girlfriend loves those planeswalkers. And generally, I don't give a shit if they're on the field. I'll just let them do their thing because I do massive, massive damage. Like Krenko, you mob people and you keep attacking. Nylea, I have 6 different ways to win. I have a Hero's Bane that can ramp its attack and defense up. I have Fungal Sprouting for when I sprout like Fungerling tokens. Nylea herself is indestructible and not a creature until you hit a certain mana cost, and then I have a card that makes her have hexproof and flying. Turian Mauler. So, creature shapeshifter. That's interesting. Changeling. This card is every creature type. Huh. Every creature type. That's interesting. There's a lot of red cards in here. Aside from the sleeves, no, I don't use a card binder. Girl, all my Magic cards that I don't play with are just like in boxes, like long boxes of card boxes for like Magic or 3D printed ones that my girlfriend made. Because you can't put your decks in a binder. How are you supposed to play with them that way? So no, they're not. They should be, because a lot of them are very old. Territorial Hellkite, yeah. Hellkite is definitely a dragon race. And these are strong, too. Like, that's a 4-cost 6/5. That's pretty dope. I don't know. If you don't know Magic, then you would know. But if you do, then you're like, oh, ooh. 4 costs 6 attack? Or 4 costs 6/4? That's pretty decent. Vengeful Ancestor. A lot of creatures. Not a whole lot of spells and enchantments. Well, speaking of, here's a green enchantment. That's coming up. So here's some green cards. My favorite color in Magic probably would be green. I like green decks. I like sprouting creatures. I like having massive, because a lot of green creatures are really big. Ooh. Look at this. A Tarka World Render. Excuse me. Flying Trample. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, it gains double strikes. That means it can attack twice. I had to repaint my nails because they got all messed up. I am very bad about picking super professional done nail polish off in the gel. It is gel, but it's still cheap. Dragon Lord Atarka. And this is a double color. Flying Trample. When Dragon Lord Atarka enters, it deals 5 damage to Minded as you choose among any number of target creatures. That's cool. So you can split the damage. It's an 8/8, 7 cost. I really do like. I still am like pissy that Magic is bringing in other stuff, and like even bringing in Spider-Man is fucking stupid. But Lord knows my Spider-Man obsessed brain is gonna buy at least the Spider-Man deck, the Doc Ock deck, because that Doc Ock was crazy, spawning 8/8 mechanical robots, and then the Green Goblin deck because it's a goblin. So Harbinger of the Hunt, flying. This creature deals 1 damage to each creature without flying for 3 red, or 2 colorless and 1 red, and then 2 colorless and 1 green. This creature deals 1 damage to other creatures with flying. So you could kill a bunch of 1/1 dragons if you each other creature with flying. So if someone has a bunch of 1/1 flying creatures, ooh, they better look out. All right, we got another human in here. Sarkhan, Soul of Flame, and he's a blue red. Spells you cast 1 less to cast, which is interesting. Whenever you dragon control enters, you may have Sarkhan become a copy of it until end of turn, so he can turn into a dragon. That's cool. Bro's like, I want to be a dragon. I want to be a dragon. Temur Ascendancy. Creatures you control have haste. Whenever a creature you control with power 4 or greater enters, you may draw a card. Cool. All right, here's a colorless artifact. Whenever dragon control enters, put a gold counter on this artifact. I love gold. That's what dragons do. They do love gold. What's up, Allison? I'm just sleeving some Magic cards here for my new Temur Roar deck, which I'm excited to play against my girlfriend because she actually got 2 of the Tarkir. So we went all in with Tarkir Dragonstorm as far as the commanders because there hasn't been a normal Magic set for a fucking long time. Red and black decks. I don't think I have a red-black deck. I have black-white. I have purely black. I have purely red. 60 card and then but I don't have like a black-red deck. That is a pretty nasty combo. And also, what's up, Jay? Exotic Orchard. Here's the land. So that's cool. None of these are re-released. All of these cards are brand new because Tarkir is the fully new set. More lands. Oh, okay. I was wondering where the lands were. And counter blue deck. Well, this has blue in it, but yeah, it's not a counter blue deck. So you're in luck for that. These aren't Pokemon cards, the Talking Koala. These are better. These are Magic the Gathering cards. I do have my old Pokemon cards, but I actively play Magic. I don't play Pokemon. Haven of the Spirit Dragon Land. Okay, that's cool. That's a little cool. I like the artwork. I do. So essentially, I don't have any single land colors. These are all dual color lands or like colorless lands, I think, which is interesting. I was wondering how they would run a tricolor. So they're all, well, you know what? The Talking Koala. I like gay stuff, so joke's on you, motherfucker. Kessig Wolfrun, more land. And if Magic is gay, then so be it, because guess what? A lot of queer people play Magic, so maybe it's not the crowd for you, Talking Koala. You know Ninja and Duarte are about to be on Frankie's channel. I did not know that. Listen, J-Mac, I was gonna do this when I got home from work at 4, and obviously it's not 4 anymore. So I got home, 4:30, 5 o'clock, I passed out. So no, I don't know what's happening in the world right now. I literally was like, Magic the Gathering, Tarkir, Dragonstorm, Temur Roar, and I was like, all right, I gotta sleeve these cards. Oh, it's his birthday? I will have to pop in when I'm done sleeving these. I'm about halfway through, so I have to finish sleeving these, and then I have to open my collector booster sample pack. It's so cheap that they're like, we'll give you a sample pack. I'm trying to sleeve an already sleeve card. And these are more dual lands. Rockfall Vale, Rootbound Crag. So yeah. And then I've got, like I said, I've got Mardu coming tomorrow, which looks to be an orc deck, and I think the only other orcs are from Lord of the Rings. So I could be wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't got a new set since 2014 when Nylea and all those other ones in the 2014, I forget what set it was, came out. But Mardu is an orc, and it's an orc dragon deck, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is, and I'm kind of excited about that. And apparently it's like the second or third best from the set. Temur is the best one, according to Tellurian College. And if you follow Magic, then you probably know that the professor knows more than most of us. So I would trust his opinion. And my girlfriend was kind of salty that I pre-ordered Temur, but she wanted the black, red, green, so I got the blue, red, green, because I like it black and red, and I like black and green, and I like red and green, but these are tricolored. Breaching Dragonstorm enchantment. So yeah, I am a Magic person. It's not what my channel's about. I could bring it onto the channel a little bit. Like, obviously, we'll have our first Magic the Gathering live stream here. And my girlfriend actually has a Magic channel that she's starting, and she's bummed it doesn't have a lot of views. So if you wouldn't mind, like, after this, if you have time, if you remember, and I'll probably remind you at the end, go check out Mind Your Mana. It's at Mind UR Mana. And so far she's only done a couple of booster pack openings, like, but they're like ASMR. They're like no talking. It's like the sounds of the packs and some chill music. And yeah. Ooh, Soul Ring. It's a new Soul Ring. Look at the artwork for that. Command Tower land, colorless land. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. So yeah, that's cool. All right, here's the dragon with, I forget what these little like subsections on the cards are. I think you could, I don't know. I'll have to read the new rules. That's a great name. I forget, what was the name I said, Leia? Encroaching Dragon. Oh wait, the Soul Ring. Soul Ring. Rabid Hybridization. Destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated. That creature's controller creates a 3/3 green frog lizard creature token. Green frog lizard creature token. It was a one-eyed, one-horn green creature lizard token. Frog. I messed it up. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Mind Your Mana. Thank you. Yeah, I'm the one who suggested it for her. She was going to go with something else. And I was like, no, I think you should go with this, sweetie. And she's like, you know what? That's a good name. So, yeah, at Mind UR Mana, but the channel is Mind Your Mana. It's just ASMR Magic unboxing. We're probably going to play a couple Commander games on there at some point. So I will be on one of the videos. Maybe not my face, but my hands. The spell costs 2 less to cast if you control a dragon. Oh, look, it's a whale baby dragon. Draconic Lure. Reality Shift. You know what set is really fucking stupid, though, and it's being proven by the sales? Ether Drift. Nobody wanted or likes Ether Drift. They have one cool commander, which is Loot, which is their new little creature mascot that they made, and he has some fucking stupid effects on his card, and that's literally the only card other than some foil lands you would want from the set. Creature Goblin, Shaman. Hey, there's a goblin in here, too. I love me some goblins. Everyone else hates goblins, but I got a crank attack, so I like goblins. Rapacious Dragon. My back hurts from leaning over like this. Ugh. Whirlwind Stormbrood. Beast Within. Destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green beast creature token. So essentially you should use this to control, like, to destroy one of your 1/1s. And turn it into a green beast creature token, a 3/3. Be like, I'm going to kill my own creature. Elemental Bond. Whenever a creature you control with power 3 or greater enters, draw a card. Cool. Love me some card draws. Whew, we're getting there. Farseek. That actually looks kind of familiar. I feel like that may be a reissue, but it's a Dragonstorm version. I don't know. I could be wrong. Farseek seems, and I know Evolving Wilds is, so yeah, they did do some new reissues. I was wrong. It's not all new, because I know that Farseek and Soul Ring and Evolving Wilds are all classic Magic cards. Kodama's Reach, Frontier Biovac, some more lands, and these are like kind of pre-shuffled. These are all over the place. Obviously, you still have to shuffle your deck. Migration Path, but yeah, Mind Your Mana. Check out my girlfriend's channel. It is a good name because, you know, when you're playing, if you don't have mana, you're kind of screwed. So it's important to pay attention to your mana and the cost of cards and all that stuff. So kind of a fitting name. It was cute. Felwar Stone. Talisman of Creativity. Creativity. Take a drink of the Baja Blast. Talisman of Impulse. We got one of Creativity and one of Impulse. And it adds mana. So it's a mana adding artifact. Ooh, look at that. Bountiful Landscape. Very pretty. And by the way, some of the Innistrad cards and some of the there's some trans artists that work on Magic the Gathering. So if you want to support trans artists, look up the sets that they worked on and buy some pretty cards because my girlfriend has a lot. Oh, we do have some basic clans. I was wondering. All right, so we got some islands, all with new artwork. I wish these were foil. Like, as stupid as foil lands are, damn, they look cool if you have, like, all foil lands in your deck. You'll be the talk of the town. And I didn't get it until my girlfriend had an almost all foil deck, and I was like, yo, I understand now why they make foil lands. Because I was like, what a space filler in like, a set. But no. Foil lands are cool if you can swap out all your lands in one deck for foils. Doesn't matter if they're from the same set. It just looks really cool, in my opinion. All right, we're getting to the end of this deck here. Then we can open this collector set. And I guess I don't want to step on Articulated Ninjas and Duarte's and Frankie's stream's toes. So this was only intended as a Magic the Gathering stream. So I'll get these sleeved up. I'll open my collector booster, and then I'll hop off so that I know there's only 7 people watching, but still. I would also like to pop into that stream for a little bit, and I'm also hungry because, like I said, I passed out for like 4 hours after I got home from work. So Temur War seems to be a very interesting deck, and in fact, I believe she's fully sleeved because the rest are tokens, and tokens are for, obviously, all those things. So I don't need to sleeve these. I have some extra sleeves left over, so let me count really quickly. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. I'll have to make a new thumbnail for this too if I'm doing magic videos in here. 59, 60, 51, 62. I may have fucked up my count. We'll see. 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. I didn't mess up my count. 100 on the nose. So my Temur War deck is completely sleeved. I wanted to double sleeve it, and I'll probably go back and double sleeve it at some point. But for now, other than not having my commander in a different colored sleeve, I'd say that deck is sleeved up. All right, let's look at these tokens. Oh, my feet are asleep. Help me. All right, sorry I burped again. Standard, that's sexy card. Booster draft, that's when you open booster packs and build a 40 card deck, which is fun. That's what you do at promo events. And then commander, of course, is 100 cards with a commander and blah, blah, blah. All right, we got a copy token. We got a treasure token, a beast token, a dragon token, and these are 2/2s. 5/5 tokens for those effects. So they essentially give you a token for all of your cards' effects. Treasure, beast. So those are nice. All right. All right. What's up, Fallout fan? You're joining in near the end here, but we're checking out my new Temur War deck. I just finished sleeving it. Now we've got this collector booster sample pack, which should have some shiny. Should have some shiny in it. You know, I suck at opening these, y'all. I hate how difficult it is to open these boosters. I'm like gonna fuck up the cards. I'm gonna fuck up the cards. Also, I'm just gonna, you know, sometimes that's how it be. I just don't want to mess with the cards. Because if you mess with the cards, you get the horns. All right. So there's my partial collector booster, and I have some sleeves for them. So let's just make sure. Well, actually, I have to put one of the sleeves aside for my girlfriend's commander. All right. Put the knife down, Riley. All right, let's see what we have in here. Wow, they really only give you 2 cards. All right. Naga Fleshcrafter. That's cool. It's a snake person. Creature Snake Shapeshifter. And this could actually go in my deck because it's blue. It's a 0/0. You may have a creature enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. Renew, exile this card from your graveyard and put upon 1/1 counter on target non-legendary creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. That is pretty not nice. Ooh, look at the art on this one. Breaching Dragonstorm. When this enchantment enters, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. If that spell's mana cost value is 8 or less, if you don't, put that card into your hand. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Huh. So essentially you can use that, cast mana cost creatures of high value, and then once you play a dragon, you put it back in your hand. So you can use it again. You don't have to discard it. I still have my Pokemon cards. I would never sell them unless it was like absolutely necessary. That being said, I don't have like ultra rare ones. I have Raichu, I have Gyarados, I have Nidoqueen, Nidoking, like, you know, original 150 stuff. Ancient Mew from the first movie. So these don't go in my deck yet. I'd have to see if I want to work these in. So they gave me 2 cards. And then this is just a piece of shit. This is just a waste. Like, these 2 are the ones that you just open and but because it came with the Tarkir Dragonstorm set, I ain't gonna do that. And like the box that they gave me, my cards ain't gonna fit in there because the sleeves are super thick. Super thick. I guess I can take my tokens out though. I've played Magic the Gathering for like, when did I start playing? Maybe like 2013. So at least for like 12 years I've been playing. And that's on and off. Yeah, you got ripped off. You should have held on to your Pokemon cards. I'm sorry. They're, especially right now, like things like cards, playing cards, and action figures, they're going to hold or they're going to go up in value because they're going to be expensive for the new stuff. Fortunately, Hasbro Wizards of the Coast can shift because they have three Magic printing locations. They have a Europe location, a Japan location, and a USA location. And right now, currently, all 3 of those print all the same cards. And who's your commander? For this one, it is, let me find her. So you can choose a commander, and for this one, I think the best one to use is Temur, because this is the new Tarkir Dragonstorm deck. It's a pre-made, so I didn't build this deck, Bagushi. But I'm gonna use Eski Temur's Roar, because whenever you cast a creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on Eski. If that spell's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. If that spell's power is 6 or greater, Eski deals damage equal to Eski's power to each opponent. So if you have like 5 1/1s, that means she deals 7 damage, just because of you cast a creature spell. So $8 in store credit. Oh, I am so sorry, Fallout fan. And then you can also play this legendary creature Spirit Dragon, which is Urne of the Unwritten, but it costs 7 mana. So essentially, you get her out, you get this out, you add the 1/1 counters, and then you just smack your opponent with damage. So this is the commander I'm picking. This one's going to go in the deck. So I do need to get a different sleeve for Temur. But I do have Mardu coming tomorrow, so I'll probably Commander Chatterfang. Which set is that from? See, I have, right now, this is my 3rd commander deck. I have 2. One that someone else built and they gave to me after I made them because I threw it at my head. And then I have one that I built, which was Nylea, which was from the 2014 Magic set. I'm not sure exactly which one. But Nylea I built myself, and I'm pretty proud of that deck because it is kind of nasty. It is kind of rude. And there's like 6 or 7 different ways to win. I don't need to depend on one route to victory. So that's why I like green. They sold them at Game Exchange, man. Same thing as GameStop. They'll just rip you off and laugh at you when you get store credit and they get a bunch. And especially now, like, I don't know Game Exchange, but I know GameStop right now is like hoarding playing cards. They're working with fuck. See these sleeves, I just fucked up. They're working with PSA to grade stuff and these cards, and then they're just offering people money for them and decent prices. They're not ripping people off, but what they're doing is essentially consolidating these cards because they know, at least I would hope that they know, that cards and physical things like non-downloaded games, like hard copies of older games or card games, etc., is where the money is and where things are going. Because, like I said, there's solidity in that kind of market as far as always having buyers. When it comes to, she may fit. No, she won't fit in here. It's okay. So when it comes to stuff like that, GameStop is being smart. They're closing, and it sucks that they're closing stores and people are losing jobs, but they're being smart because they're closing stores and they're consolidating their inventory into one thing that is always going to hold or raise in value, which is retro gaming stuff. I know there's been a dip recently, but I know we're talking like economics and politics here, but I feel like as a toy collector and as someone who, like, if you collect toys or shoes or cars or whatever, have you cars? What a crazy world that would be if you could collect cars. But some people do. You know exactly how things are going to go, what's going to cost money, what you should hold on to, what you should get rid of, because you've done it all before. So I'm going to get this set up to take a thumbnail photo. I don't know, because this is a different kind of live stream. Yes, we're in the toy room, but we're also, and I'll fix the lighting and shit. Oh, my other light died. That's where the lighting went. I was like, what happened? So, that's just the way things are going. So if you want to make sure that you at least have some kind of solid investment, just look over at your action figures, even your import, especially your imports, because I don't know how it's going to be to get imported figures over here. So if you have imports that are recent or a little bit older that people want, hold on to those because they're going to be plastic gold. And the thing about Magic sets, so there's a Final Fantasy set coming out. It's coming out in June. And they have 2 versions of the Commander decks. They had the Standard and they had the Collector Legendary Edition. And the Collector Legendary Edition was $120. The Standard was $60. But now you look on eBay for the aftermarket price because they're all sold out, all the Commander decks. And the Legendary Commander decks are going from between $400 to $550 just because they're sold out everywhere. And because they're Final Fantasy. Now, when it comes to other realms or whatever they're doing with Magic, with the new stuff like fucking SpongeBob and Spider-Man, people don't buy that shit. But Final Fantasy, people buy. Because you got a Cloud deck, you got a Sephiroth deck. You got a couple other, I'm sure you got so many characters in there that I don't even know. So I'm sure there's other options to build Commander decks with Final Fantasy characters. I'm sure they have Baphomet. I'm sure, that'd be cool. I don't know. But I'm not that big of a Final Fantasy fan. So what I did was I bought the set that gives you a Sephiroth and a Cloud Commander. I pre-ordered that. And I'll get that. And if I want to build Commander decks based around them that aren't fully Final Fantasy, sorry, I have hiccups now, I'll do that. If not, I'll just keep the promo cards. I'll hold on to them. And when they get to be super expensive and I have nothing to do with them and I want a couple extra bucks, like say like $10, $15, because sometimes I bought Nylia. When I bought Nylia, she was like $12, something like that. She wasn't cheap. And they reissued Krenko recently, so his price has gone down, which is unfortunate. But Goblins, SHF Mario, huh? Goblins were banned for a while, and now they're not anymore. So they're doing a lot more Goblin cards. So yeah, they reissued Krenko. I would go grab my other Commander decks, but they're in the bedroom, and my girlfriend's sleeping. So yeah, I sleeved up Temur. Tomorrow I get Mardu. So maybe after work tomorrow, like 11 o'clock or something like that, because I don't get... I would do it in the day, but I want to play Magic with my girlfriend with Temur. And I don't have sleeves for Mardu, so actually I may have to wait to do the Mardu. But, you know, this isn't my normal content, but I could always do different stuff in my live streams and make a couple Magic videos and put it in a playlist or whatever and see how that goes. Because I don't want to make another channel. I don't want to have to be like, oh, I'm Rowdy Rouse, this is Rowdy Rouse Gaming, we do Magic and video games. No, I just want to put it all on my channel. And if it doesn't get as many views as other stuff, then maybe I won't do it. Or maybe I will do it on another platform, like Instagram, or do gaming on Twitch or something like that. Or just do gaming on YouTube Live, like just do Commander matches live, but that can get a little nasty. So I don't know if you want to see that live, because when you're playing with your partner or somebody that you care about, especially, Magic can get a little, Allison, you're funny. If you did more card videos, I bet it would be Magic and the people would be gathering. I mean, I've had a couple viewers in here, but it seems like people are clicking away from this video, and that's understandable, because I'm just talking about cards and a lot of people don't know. But, you know, you never know until you try. Yeah, Fallout fan. Allison's really funny, so go subscribe to her, anyone who's watching, because she does some awesome content. If you like some chill interviews and talking with people, she just colors in, you know, old prints from coloring books, or even the old coloring books themselves, and talks to people. And I'll probably be on there at some point. So definitely go check out Allison Troy, Metro Toy Princess. She's funny. And I appreciate that, Fallout fan. I wish there was more content than I had, but I saved those up pretty quickly. My girlfriend was like, it's going to take you 2 hours. Girl, that's you. Me, it did not take me 2 hours. So I'm just getting it set up for my thumbnail here that I'm going to have to make. And then I guess I'll try to get to an hour, because we're almost there. The same old boring toy tube browse. It's okay, you know. I recently wasn't in the community as much as I am, so I was kind of just doing my own thing for a while, and then I kind of started branching out recently, and I've met a lot of new friends. I've you know, so definitely didn't know you or Punk or a couple other people, like I'd say even 3 months ago. So, you know, and that's how it goes. I knew who Displaying Model Behavior was, and thank you, Allison. I'm glad to have met all of y'all too. But I had started going into, I knew who DMB was. I watched his videos, I watched his good news and all that stuff, but I hadn't really like interacted with him until his live streams. And I started going to his live streams around December and January. And those were a lot of fun, and Dave is a great dude, and I think I made a really good friend just by popping in and being consistent. And now he knows who I am, and now he can't get rid of me. And he's promised me, so I'm holding him to it, to do an interview on my channel, much like with the D Amazing interview, which went well. So I know if that went well, I already know Dave. We're already friends. I have no reason to be nervous. So when that happens, it'll be a good time. We'll just, I don't know. I'll have questions for him. I'll ask him about, you know, his channel, his wrestling, his aspirations, yada, yada, yada. And then we'll just probably be goofing off and, you know, having fun. But that won't be for a while. He just moved back to UK. So I'm not going to bother him for like a month to do that, at least. It's neat seeing your other kinds of hobbies. Yeah, I don't have too many hobbies. Like, I do. I game. I do play video games. Obviously, I play Magic, and obviously the toy thing is my biggest hobby. But it's also like partially, yeah, Dave is great, Fallout fan. He's a great guy. So you'll definitely be watching that interview when it happens. I do game, but like, I feel like I don't have enough time to game, because I want to spend time with my girlfriend, so that's Magic, or just hanging out, watching movies. So I finally got, we went and saw Nosferatu in theaters, and we haven't sat down and watched a movie for a while. And I said, you liked this movie, you liked Nosferatu. It's scary, it's a horror movie. It's not really scary though, it's more erotic than scary. That movie is like, you must bounce on it, crazy style. You know, like that's the vibe of the whole movie. So I was like, all right, you liked Robert Eggers' Nosferatu, so you've got to watch The Witch. I've only seen it once. It's Anya Taylor-Joy. It's set in like Puritan, is it Puritan America, like the 1700s, where they're like, you know, witch hunting and shit. And it's a very dark, and they all speak in like Old English. It's like, ye shall la la blah. So it's a very period piece. And, Speaking of Nosferatu, I need to call my ex and see how his mom surgery went. You're so funny, Allison. But The Witch is a really good movie, so I'm gonna hook her into watching that. I'm gonna put it on. The atmosphere is gonna draw her in, and she's gonna be like, "This movie's fucking scary." I'm gonna be like, "Well, that goat could be Satan," so I agree with you. It's a crazy movie. Robert Eggers, that dude understands atmosphere. That dude understands terror. That man understands dread. And he's making a werewolf movie called Werewolf. So it's set in like I think like 1800s Germany. And that'll be sick. I have seen The Northman, Leia. I love that movie. Oh man, Nicole Kidman telling spoilers. I used to have goats, they're evil beasts, but they're so cute. They're so cute, Allison. I live in this really small town. So there's goats, there's cows, there's horses. You just drive by. They're always so cute when I see them. I just want to pinch their little cheeks, you know? But yeah, the Northman is really great. And I know that that oneer was not actually a oneer, but it's still a really impressive, like, attempt to replicate a one shot with all the hidden cuts and all that stuff. And Alexander Skarsgård is hot, so that's a plus. Like, okay, so I say men are hot, and I know I'm romantically a lesbian, but it's because physically I'm pansexual. So like I have attractions to all people, but romantically it's female leading. So that's why I say like Jensen Ackles is hot, but I wouldn't date them because I don't understand men and I don't want to. That's all. So romantically women. But yes, Alexander Skarsgård, Jensen Ackles, they are very sexy people. My friend got a pig today. I want a pig. I used to want a pig so bad, like a little teacup pig. And I know they don't stay that size, but they're still adorable and they're very smart. And if I got a pig, I would probably never eat bacon again. And that would make me very sad because I eat bacon in my breakfast every morning when I make it. And I like bacon. So, no pig for me. I am also attracted to pots and pans. I get it, Leia. Pots and pans are very shiny. Very shiny. I like shiny things. I don't know if you all know this about me, but I like shiny. I like shiny. She very shiny. You see how shiny? And I don't know if y'all know this, but Magic the Gathering was the first like trading card game. Like it was the first game that you played with. Like they had cards, like basketball cards. Here, I trade you my steroided up guy for your steroided up guy, and he can hit the ball with a stick. You know, you had those. And then in 93, you had the first trading card game where you actually played and had rules. And that was Magic. And then Pokemon came around in what, 96, 97? And they introduced holographic cards. So there were no foils, no holographic cards before Pokemon. And what they did was they had Galaxy Foil, where it was those dotted specks. And how they did it was they added like 4 extra plates to the printing process, and there was like a color code. It was like red, yellow, green, blue, yellow, red, green, green, blue, something like that to print the foils. And it's like a card coding thing if you know the color code to print a foil card. And that's still the color code for the prints or whatever that they use today. So there's a little Magic the Gathering fun fact for you. There were no holographic Magic cards or any holographic cards whatsoever before Pokemon. Before Game Freak did that shit. Yeah, foil cards are really cool. And foil comic covers, even cooler. So back in the day, I got the Lego magazine, and they had these Bionicle comics that would come with the Lego magazine. And I remember was it issue 10? I don't remember. But you had the Toa of Light, and it was just a face shot of Tahu Nova. And was it Tahu Nova? I don't remember. And it was foil. It was shiny. And the artwork in those books was pretty dang good, too. Those Bionicle comics were pretty solid. So I still have all my Bionicles, actually. I should do a video. You know what? You know what Riley should do? Riley should go into her toy bin and find her big old box of Legos and drag out all of her Bionicles and not only do a Bionicle video, but also dust off all her Toy Biz Lord of the Rings figures and finally do that Toy Biz Lord of the Ring video. Because I made all this space. Now I could actually fit like all of my Bionicles and all of my Lord of the Rings stuff into my filming space. So I definitely need to do a retro rewind. I already did Mighty Max 1. So if y'all haven't seen my Mighty Max video, go check out Rowdy Riles Retro Rewind. I try to do the RR thing, like the Rowdy Rundown, Rowdy Riles retro rundown. I try to keep the alliteration going. Yeah, I don't collect. Oh, they're having an argument. Scott, Aurora. Oh shit, I knocked over my deck, and Wolverine are over there in the corner having an argument. Probably about Jean. I don't know. Aurora's just like, boys, boys, boys. And Scott and Logan are like, you know what, bub? I'm tired of being second. That's kind of like Morty. When did Wolverine become Morty? You know what, Scott? I got 2 words for you. Snick it. Snick it. Yeah, it was a terrible Wolverine. It was just fucking Rick. You know what, bub? There we go. There's my Wolverine voice. And this is Scott. Oh my god! Stop it, Logan! I love Jean! Tell me about it, Fallout. There's some Lego sets I wish I could. So I have a whole box of Legos, but I dare not. And for me, the aesthetic, the allure of Legos has long passed because I like the realistic, the fully realized representation. And for me, a little brick figure doesn't do it. It doesn't hit that spot for me. I'm gonna play the pie card. I'm Batman. Wouldn't it be cool if they did cast Jensen Ackles as Batman? He'd be a great Batman. He'd be the perfect Batman, actually. Just let him grow out his hair a little bit. Give him that, and he can be an older Batman. Because dude's like, dude, oh my god. Jensen Ackles is aged like fine wine, y'all. I don't understand it. Dude is 46, and he looks better than he did at the start of Supernatural in 2005. It's like, good lord. What are they feeding you in Texas? Because they're both from Texas. Jared and Jensen are both from Texas. They're some Texas boys. And you know, I think they're good people. I don't ever see them because, you know, Misha Collins is very outspoken, and that's the guy that played Cass, and they're very good friends. So I think that they're all very like-minded and agree on things that I agree on to a certain extent. So if it comes out that they're not good people, it would suck. And I know Jared's a little bit of a diva from what I've heard. Action figures for me, I don't collect comics anymore because I can read Marvel Universe, or I can just read it online by being a pirate. Yar! But I do have a big box of New 52 stuff. So for me, it's just, in Magic, I haven't really gotten any Magic cards. This is the first time, like I said, I got Magic cards in a long time. So for me, it's mostly just action figures, and now Magic again, because this is a very strong Magic year. Not so much with the SpongeBob's in the fucking Aether Drift, Fast and the Furious bullshit. But Tarkir Dragonstorm, classic Magic set. Not classic because it's new, but like classic Magic lore, classic Magic type cards with like lore, actual cards that pertain to Magic the Gathering's lore. And like I said, I'm going to get the Spider-Man stuff because it's Spider-Man and I'm a fucking idiot. But I'm not getting Edge of Destinies, which is like a sci-fi space Magic the Gathering expansion. And the thing about Other Realms or whatever they're calling it now is that's all going to be playable in tournaments. It's all going to be tournament legal. So there's going to be some really weird SpongeBob Fortress decks with a Final Fantasy Commander and some Aether Drift lands and Spider-Man villains, and it's... I can't really get into that. I could make a whole video about how I feel about the state of Magic, but that's not what my channel is about. Also, did you hear that the new Mario Kart will be $90? Okay. Oh, Nintendo. So this is the thing with Nintendo. Every single console that they've released, other than the N64, has been at least 2 generations behind in terms of tech. What is the Switch 2? It's a PS4 that you can take outside. It's got, what, 2160 finally? It's not even 4K, I don't think, so I don't even think it's that high. Not only that, is it $450 that they announced at the price, and now it may go up because of the tariffs, even though Donald Trump was like, I'm not going to tariff electronics and card chips and shit because America doesn't produce any of that stuff, and we never will, and I'm a fucking idiot. And I don't know what I'm doing except for making billionaires more rich. So, you know, what was I talking about? I forgot. I'm sorry. Oh, the Switch 2. So I'm not looking forward to the Switch 2. I kind of I kind of have always hated Nintendo as a company as far as their attitude towards consumers and how they treat us, which is like children. Here's the new gimmick. Pay us $500. It's the same gimmick as the last one, and it's old tech. Pay us $600, because I guarantee you $450 is not going to be the final price for the Switch. It's going to be like $600. Y'all like that impression, huh? Tell you what, my impressions are gold. A little cringy when my face is visible, but if I'm behind the camera, I get more comfortable and I can really get into it. Really get into it, Elon. I don't know. Sorry. Oh, fuck you, dude. You're a piece of shit. Oh, jeez, Rick, that's the president. I don't fucking care, Morty. Yeah, I can imagine. They didn't want to be grabbed. I get it, Allison. That is a problem when people hear that voice. I'm gonna grab you, pussy. Come here, kitty cat. Yeah. I was talking about cats when I said that, so. My good friend Jeffrey Epstein over here. I had him killed. But don't tell anybody. Oh, man. Sorry. It's the end of the stream. We're going to wrap up here because I don't want to risk my memberships. But, yeah. Thank you for sticking around for my Magic video. It was fun. Allison, I will see you later. Foul Up Fan, Darth Elbow, Leia. Y'all my ride or dies. I appreciate you. I love you. I will see you next time. And bye-bye. You fired.